Mooch, I've had literal complaints about you. We had a fan come to a gig in Sheffield. Oh, no, I love it, except for when Mooch joins in. So know your role and shut your mouth.
Did they really say that?
Yeah, he said that.
I've got. Okay.
So it's good. And then
You're going
Mooch
to turn off your mic.
Why is Mooch joining in? Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, I got
When you're ready.
Yeah, I got a bum hole. So what? Yeah, I got a bum hole. That's hot. And welcome to yet another episode of the Three Speech Podcast. I am, as ever, the mad lad, a jihad, Persian nightmare, ayatollah of rock and roll. And I'm joined on my left by the man who was born to fly, the Bajan sensation.
Bird gang, bird gang.
Formerly known as Mr. Hate Speech, but now controlled opposition. It's
NPC.
NPC. It's as ever, Mr. Leo Kurtz.
All right, stop, collaborate and listen. Collaborate with the government.
And mission. And behind the mic, producer extraordinaire, it is the Gorilla Vanilla himself, Mooch.
How you doing, boys?
All good, baby. How's your week been?
I ain't gonna lie, I tired as hell, man.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Nico.
Why are you always tired?
I'm sleepy. Sleepy, tired. Y'all lucky I'm here, man.
Why are you always tired?
Did you go out last night, Nico, after the show?
Nah, I fell asleep on the train.
On the way in?
Yeah. So I'm tired.
Well, we're going to have a
Someone's
gas
getting-
bomb. Gas bombs have got actual caffeine and taurine in them. They're
to
going
be
to wake
honest,
you up.
I don't feel much.
Look,
from gas bombs.
don't fucking shit on gas bombs live on the podcast.
Yeah.
I want some gin, though. Put some gin in there for me, man.
There's gin in there.
In here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Why are you so... Did you not sleep last night?
I don't have a...
Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly... How much water have you had today?
Oh, you're dehydrated.
You're dehydrated. No, have you? Yeah,
gotta
you can drink
Get
it.
in the body.
Yeah.
He's dehydrated. He won't listen.
How many urinations have you been for today?
Well, he just spent about an hour in the bathroom.
And how dark were they?
Regular colour.
What colour is regular colour
Yeah,
to
is
you?
that like espresso?
Like that colour, the gas bomb box.
That's your point of the ambrosia rice.
yeah.
So if it's coming out like ambrosia rice, that is a problem.
If it's that, you're massively dehydrated.
Yeah.
That's normal colour.
No, it's not.
Nah.
Your urine should be clear.
I piss Evian.
Yeah. That's why you come in here. Don't come to the podcast dehydrated. It's an insult to everyone involved.
Yeah.
I had Xanax as well, so that.
You had Why did you have Xanax?
Maybe lead with that.
Do you get anxious? Do you get? Isn't
I
Xanax
used
an
it to help
anxiety?
me sleep. Yeah.
Do you get anxious?
Why are you taking Xanax in the day?
He's anxious about the colour of his
No,
piss.
I had it last night.
And
Oh,
you're
you're
still
groggy.
sleepy.
So it's
Groggy.
I got amitriptyline if anyone wants
What's
that.
amitriptyline?
Amitriptyline is like it's for my back. It's like a nerve killing sleep.
I had some of that. Honestly, I felt like I'd been fucking shot or something.
I've got so much of it now.
Well, give me some.
I've got like.
But it's not like a fun. You know how some things are
What, like
what's
getting
the one-
shot is fun.
No, but you know that exactly. It's not fun. But you know how some of them. What's the one? Tramadol. That's a fun one. That it feels nice. But amitriptyline just feels horrible.
I think different people have different, like, you know, when you've got like sort of, it's basically heroin, isn't it? You're just taking some sort of painkiller that just
Mild heroin.
that numbs everything.
Yeah.
I think tequila gas bomb's the best one.
I haven't done.
Oh,
gas
hang
bomb
on.
yet.
Merlot gas bomb is the best.
What Merlot are you drinking that it's improved by gas bombs? Man, you got to spend more than £3.79 on a bottle of wine.
Nah, I'm telling you.
He's drinking Tesco's
Put it in your
finest.
mouth and then drink some Merlot. It's nice.
Yeah, but maybe
There's
Merlot's
something in there that makes it, honestly.
There's a Frenchman just screaming at the fucking the screen right now.
We mentioned that picklebacks is the best one of those, right?
What's picklebacks?
Oh, you never had a pickleback? Pickleback is the greatest shot other than a gas bomb you can ever have. It is it vodka and... No, it's whiskey, a shot of whiskey and pickle juice straight after. And it's one of the only times, and when you drink the pickle juice, it literally nullifies the taste of, like, changes everything in your mouth. And nothing usually does that, but it changes the whole...
Does having some pickle brine change the taste in your mouth?
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
But it takes away it nullifies the whiskey taste.
But we like the whiskey taste.
Yeah.
No, but
the whole
I
point
drink
of
whiskey
whiskey.
to get rid of the pickle taste.
Yeah.
try. If
Nico,
you've had a
I've got
pickleback,
something-
I've had a pickleback.
They're good, aren't they? We'll do picklebacks next week. Pickleback gas bombs.
So where you getting pickle juice from?
Fucking just you
So,
buy
like
it.
a-
Well, in America you can
Pickled
buy
onions.
pickle, but
Jar of
You
pickled
could buy
onions.
a jar of pickles.
It's so good. It's so good, but it's amazing. You'll love it. So it's like listeners.
It's just salty. I imagine
it's not. It's not. It does like a chemical reaction, so it changes. Like it's one of the few things that, like when you do this, you still taste the gin. It changes the two mixed together and create like a new thing. It's really weird. Great.
I love that scientific explanation there.
Listen, I can fucking
We're
trust.
gonna try this and gonna be shit.
Trust the science.
Trust the science.
Listen, I've half a mind to go right now buy pickle juice and fucking a bottle of whiskey so you can try it. I've half a mind.
Yeah, all right.
Well, I don't think anyone has ever
on with the podcast.
disagreed that you've got half a mind.
Listen, Mooch, I've had literal complaints about you. We had a fan come to a gig in Sheffield. Oh, no, I love it, except for when Mooch joins in. So know your role and shut your mouth.
Did they really say that?
Yeah, he said that.
I've got. Okay.
So it's good. And then
You're gonna
Mooch
turn off your mic.
Why did Mooch join in? I like you, Mooch. I allow you.
No, I'm going to sulk now.
Husseina came to a gig, the Comedy Unleashed gig last week.
Shout out to Husseina.
Shout out to Husseina. Good to see you.
Yes, Husseina gave me some TD. I gave her the bombs as well.
Yeah, she said she was going to do them at the weekend.
She doesn't drink, so she's going to just do a virgin gash. Which
I gave her.
This is. I just want to bring everyone's attention to this. This is a message that we got as well. So
how long did it take you to Photoshop that? I'm not into comedy, but Mooch is great. Well, obviously you're not into comedy.
Mooch wrote that himself.
Who's GTR? Big up GTR, whoever you are.
But I want to read it. I haven't read that. Let me finish read. Let's read it out. Cause
now we've got to wait for Darius to read something.
I've got half a mind.
How are you reading it without your finger on the page, Darius?
Mooch is pretty smart. Always love his input. Please say this
out loud on your next app. I want to see Mooch's reaction. This is my reaction.
Who sent that?
GTR
To what profile?
To our Three Speech Instagram. I think.
I wonder what GT stands for.
Grand Theft Art.
Grand Theft Art.
Yeah, GT
Pass the gin.
Pass the gin. Collaborate and
Pass
listen.
the gin.
Listen, I think I want to put this out there, right? So today, before I came to the pod, we started late because I had a plumbing disaster.
I was here on time.
What happened with your plumbing? How come you flooded your bathroom?
Yeah, well, it looks easy to change a sink. So,
so what? You actually changing a sink?
I thought it was easy. You just change a sink.
Are you changing a sink?
Yeah.
A whole sink?
Yeah.
Not just a tap, but a sink?
Yeah.
You were going to put a fucking sink
You was
in?
watching YouTube videos?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Did you turn the water off at the main?
I don't know. I thought it was already off. It was off at the tap.
Oh my god.
Oh. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You did. So what? And how did you remove the sink?
Well, I
with a
didn't. Well, I
sledgehammer.
didn't, did I? Obviously, the fucking tap went spraying everywhere, so I couldn't shut that down. So anyway, it's in a state of disarray.
Oh, is it still
How
just
did-
like? Do you not have a stopcock?
Yeah, well, it's been somewhat.
Darius has got a stopcock, and that girls stop his cock entering their vagina.
I've got a go cock in that I let guys go cock in my anus. Yeah, I got a bum hole. So what? Yeah, I got a bum hole. That's hot. Anyway, the point is, so.
But wait, how did your mum go and turn the?
No,
I take it this is at your mum's place.
No, this is at my new pied à terre.
Oh, Darius got a place.
My new London pied à terre. Anyway,
Which has now got an indoor swimming pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Popular with downstairs neighbours.
The point is, after being cheap, thinking I can do this, I then had to call out an emergency plumber.
How much was that?
Well, it's more than a regular plumber would have been.
How much we talking?
£200.
Fuck.
Then he went, you just need to turn this off.
Oh,
I said, it's outside.
If you'd have put that in the WhatsApp, one of us men would have told you.
Yeah,
you turn off the...
My dad did all the plumbing in the house. That was pretty cool.
He did all the plumbing in my house as well.
Yeah.
He did all the plumbing in my house as well. So.
Yeah, but seriously, as a man, we got to learn them skills, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. I was learning it from YouTube.
You know
where I made a mistake? The video was a woman. That was where I made a mistake. Never listened
You
to
know how
plumbing
we
videos
said
from-
like we're losing female listeners because we say sexist shit?
Sorry, that was a just so you know, women can be just as good plumbers as men. Why is it not Mariana instead of Mario or whatever a female Mario name would be? Anyway,
Maria.
Maria. Oh, yeah.
Mariano. Wasn't that Argentine warship that got sunk?
Maybe they're still salty about that. What was I going to say though?
Yeah,
Did you see the reaction of?
Because they're under the sea. That'll make you salty.
Under the sea.
Did you see the Argentinian TV show?
Laughing at the Queen.
Yeah.
What?
Laughing at when the Queen died.
What?
I haven't seen it. Let's have a look.
Does this mean we go to war with them again?
Man, the
'Cause I'll do it.
Argentines fucking hate British people.
No.
They really. When
Big
I
up Maradona. I'm a big Maradona fan. Though.
Actually, Nico, how did the Queen's
The greatest of all time.
how did the Queen's death go
Greatest
down?
what?
in,
Greatest cheater.
No, he's the greatest footballer of all time.
Oh yeah, how did the Queen's death go down in
Barbados.
Barbados, the Commonwealth.
Black people don't care about the Queen. Most black people don't care about the Queen.
Is Barbados still part of the Commonwealth?
No, we
we
discussed
left.
this on the podcast.
Is it left?
Yeah.
We left earlier this year.
Right. Oh, so it won't be a thing anymore.
They left at episode 24.
Caribbean people, African people, yeah, we don't really care about the Queen like that. Why should we?
Well, we cared about Nelson Mandela.
He's not from Barbados.
Yeah, but he's like,
Racist.
you said African people.
Well, I get it. Listen, but the thing is, I don't care.
I
about,
think some of the older generation did like. I think my mum is a fan of the royal family.
Because yeah, there's a lot of names of Caribbean people were like Winston and stuff after Winston Churchill. Because
Oh, is that why it is?
I'm guessing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Because I often thought, yeah, there are a lot of Winstons, but then wasn't Winston? Who's the Ghostbuster?
yeah, he was in.
He was the Winston.
And he was in Mumford and Sons. He was on our podcast.
Hey, he was on our podcast. I saw
Man
him.
like Winston.
Man,
Saw him the other week.
Man, I was. You know what?
But yeah, so the African Caribbean people, the Queen and the monarchy is seen as a symbol of imperialism.
Which
and,
is good.
and colonialism.
But I'm not talking about like
things.
We don't really.
But for what I was so this is what I was the question I was trying to ask is like I get African countries which never had kind of a thing with the Commonwealth, but Barbados was part of the Commonwealth, so I was wanting to know kind of the reaction there. I know you don't care, but like the country as a whole, it was no one gave a shit. It wasn't a big thing, or older people did care.
I think some older people who are into the royal family thing will be, oh, she's gone, but yeah.
I think that's kind of the general feeling for a lot of. I mean, like, did anyone lose any sleep over it here in this room?
You know what? Listen, I believe in regicide, right? So I'm not even just anti-monarchy.
I'm just going to distance myself.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to.
No, I mean, like, it's sad. Don't get me wrong, it's sad.
Regicide. I just want to keep my job at GB News.
But let me make
controlled opposition.
Yeah, controlled opposition.
NPC.
See, I'm not just anti-monarchy, right? Because when I was working a few years ago in a real job, I met this guy's proper conspiracy theorist. I said, yeah, I think we should get rid of the monarchy. It's kind of, I don't believe in the monarchy as a thing. Or maybe we could keep the Queen because I like the tradition. We just don't give them any money. And he was like, no, regicide is the only option. I said, what?
This guy said that.
Yeah, and he goes, because you got to kill them all. He said Russia killed them all. No one's come back. But if you don't kill them all, they come back. But
Didn't kill all of them. I dated, remember that lassie Anastasia I was going out with? She was descended from the ones that were killed.
Yeah, but she's not come back, has she?
Not as a king or queen.
Well, that was his point. But the point is,
she's on OnlyFans now.
Yeah,
she probably is.
The thing is, so I'm against the monarchy.
Yeah, the monarchy shouldn't exist in this day and age.
But I was surprised at how sad I was when the Queen actually died. I was surprised. I was like, oh man, you know what? I haven't been this sad since the Ultimate Warrior died. I was proper upset about it, man.
Yeah.
So I was like,
the only celebrity death that really affected me was Michael Jackson.
Oh, and Michael Jackson.
And Kobe Bryant. Those are the only two.
I
cried for like 3 days when Kobe died.
Really?
Yeah.
What about when Michael Jackson died? Was it?
I was traumatized.
Upset what the paedophile community were all.
He's not a nonce.
He's not a nonce.
Hey, as the spokesman for it, I'd like to.
Would you have been more upset if the Queen died if she had been good at 3-pointers? She could just
if I grew up watching her basketball.
If her crossover was better.
Yeah, if I grew up watching her play basketball.
And let's be honest, if the Queen could dribble and she could play ball, everyone would love her. That would be fucking great. Everyone would like.
But she was really funny. I heard the anecdote. I've heard quite a few anecdotes about how funny she was. But one guy was talking.
Jongleurs back in the day.
One guy was talking. Man, she could probably do a set at Jongleurs. They've let worse people.
Yeah, she's
on.
the fucking Queen.
She was the Queen. She was like, if she put a request in, she could probably. But anyway, she said some funny stuff. Like she was out with her sort of
not as funny as her
butler.
Husband.
But yeah, man, that guy, like, his stuff was a bit blue. It was a bit, working men's clubs.
Yeah.
But But yeah, the Queen was out with her sort of man at arms or whatever you call it. The guy who goes around with her and stuff. And they were hiking near Balmoral or whatever, and they came across these American tourists. And the American tourists started talking to them, but didn't realize it was the Queen. And the Americans were like, "Oh my God! Like I heard the Queen has got a castle round here. Have you ever met her?" And the Queen's like, "Well, I've never met her technically." And her assistant is all like, "Well, I've met her a few times, and she's got a wicked sense of humour." And then the American tourists were like to the butler guy, they were like, "Oh my God, you met the Queen!" And then gave the camera to the Queen and said, "Can you take a photo of me?"
And then she had them all beheaded.
Yeah, she did it. Yeah.
Alistair, I think his name's Alistair Green. He did a wicked kind of like Twitter video of that. He goes, he's pretending to be that guy, and he's like, "The Queen's got this a few months ago, got such a great sense of humour. We're here, we come across the American tourists, and then they're like, 'Have you met the Queen?' And the Queen's like, 'I don't know, I've not met the Queen.' And then they're asking her again, and then she goes, 'It's fucking me, you div. Are you fucking blind? Look at me, I'm the fucking
Get the
Queen.'"
money out. Look, this is me. It's been a few years, but like this is me.
Actually, see if you can find it. Alistair Green on Twitter. The Queen is so funny. But can I just finish my point? So the point is, I'm not against...
Was he making a point?
Can you post that in the video in the group
What video?
of that interaction?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Do that.
Oh, also,
I would like to see that.
the guy who came to our podcast, he said we should start posting the links in the description of the episode so they can
Tell
click
him
on
to
watch
do that
the video.
himself. We ain't got time for that shit. We barely get this running.
Yeah, but we pay Sam to do it.
How hard it is to get everybody in a room. Not even a room, a shipping container.
But I want to finish my point.
Once a week.
My end of my point is this. I was against the Queen, regicide. I was sad, but even that, like, I'm against it. There's a time and a place for people to be like shitting on the Queen. And when she's literally going past you in her coffin, that's not the time and the place, which leads us nicely onto the ethics of free speech and where we, as a podcast, stand on the people who are holding up those signs like saying fuck the Queen or whatever they were saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, because some guy was arrested or certainly sort of taken away by police because he was shouting abuse at Prince Andrew, the greatest of all.
Oh, did you see that? Prince Andrew caressing that woman's ass.
That was his daughter.
They say it's his daughter. I don't. Is it really his daughter?
Well,
because that's crazy if that's his daughter.
No, but
if that's the craziest thing he's done.
No, but well, to do it to your own daughter, that's insane, mate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but he's not. He just like he was bent down to lay some flowers
and put a finger in her butt. That's what he did.
Yeah.
That's nuts, mate.
Well, before we judge him, let's see how hot his daughter is.
I found it. I'll send you the I'll send you.
You want to watch this Argentinian dude?
And I wanted to watch the Alistair Green one.
Send me the Alistair Green.
All right. I thought that's what you were looking at. Let's watch the Argentinian guy.
The Argentinian thing is funny. It's a bit.
Before we just watch this, I'll go watch. I'll say my point.
Sorry, go on.
Well, no, let's watch it and then I'll make my point afterwards.
Okay.
I think I've got a good one to say. Mooch is desperately trying to find the play button.
No, I'm trying to get you guys.
I'm doing audio commentary for the people listening at home.
What is happening?
Mooch is now.
Can you do audio commentary for me, please?
Mooch is trying to.
I'm trying to get you guys on screen.
We don't need to. Oh, so you can see our reaction.
What? Is this Argentine?
The bitch has died.
Whoa.
It's over. The old lady died. English tried to cover it up. She's dead as hard as a tree lying on the bed. The Freemason garbage has left from the planet Earth, and it's good news for everyone. Finally, someone dies, correct? In this life, no more. Look what I have.
That's some high production values.
Let's toast a little. We toast the death of a trash queen of England. Foam forever.
Wow, look at the production values in Argentine TV. No wonder they lost a fucking war to us. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, but they beat you in that World Cup.
And
World Cup
count for shit. Prince Andrew flew over there and bombed them.
Yo soy el Diego de la gente.
That means I'm Diego of the people. You know what? I'm not offended by of course, Argentina hates England. So
who cares?
Why do
Argentina?
Why do people expect people to all share the same reaction to something? Like, apparently some footballer got in trouble for saying that what the Queen stood for to him. is it Stan Collymore or something?
Trevor Sinclair.
No, Trevor Sinclair.
What did he actually say? Because I read it. What did
a
he say?
TalkSport presenter.
Yeah, what's wrong
Yeah,
with
but
it? He said
man,
that's his opinion.
But that guy was drunk. That guy was drunk. He tweeted something he shouldn't have. The thing is,
let's see what he
nobody's
tweeted.
upset if somebody criticizes the empire or colonialism or whatever. But people were saying there's that professor in America who's all like, she said something horrific like, "Oh, I hope she dies a horrible death."
But
hope
you know
she's
what?
in
You know
agony."
why that is? That's because she's translated that from Nigerian, and when you translate so it's like translated in Iranian, it's the same kind of insult. So they're like, may you wither in the most excruciating pain and be frequented by 1,000 dicks. Like, that's the kind of insults they do. So when she's saying that, she's writing it like she's translating from her own language. I mean, it's horrific. The point is, with all of this, right? There's a time and a place.
That didn't excuse it at all.
No,
Darren.
I'm not excusing it, but I'm saying I'm not excusing her because she's done it on the day when the Queen's literally died. It's like, give it a fucking rest. That's the problem. No one cares. No one's really for the monarchy in general now, or it's 50-50, whatever. You're for it, against. But even if you're against, have some decorum, man.
Yeah.
She still died, and it wasn't even the fact that the Queen died. It was, as a thing, it was actually, if they had any actual sense and not just themselves, right? I'm against the Queen. I'm against it. But the sense of the thing for the country, right, is that as a country, if you grew up in Britain, for your whole life, she's been there. She's been part of it, right? So when she died, actually, for most people, that was a symbolism of something like, oh, your parents are real, they could die. You're real, you could die. This is about a time that she's been around, and this is a pure moment in
Look, by that logic, Prince Andrew has been around exactly the same time as well.
He hasn't been king.
He hasn't been king.
Yeah, but he's been around.
She's on the money.
I get what you're saying, Darius, but
and also Prince Andrew didn't die.
You can't be like, oh, she's a symbol of like mortality and whatnot. She that's a great innings. She lasted to 96.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
most
that.
people ain't gonna make 96.
No, hold on. My point is this: it's not that she's been there. It is she was.
That's nostalgia.
Yeah, but
thinking.
Okay,
that
I get it.
Doesn't mean that.
But I'm not saying it's for you. But there's a time and a place, right?
Okay, yes.
And for you, I understand. I understand for you because you haven't grown up in this country. You're from Barbados. You're apart from it.
We
right?
built this country.
Yeah, you built it.
What bit did you build?
At one point, Barbados. Hold on.
His dad did your plumbing. You fuck.
Hold on. At one point, Barbados was the largest exporter of sugar and the crown jewel of the West India. So the most money that England made or got from.
So you're
got their wealth from Barbados, that little island.
So you're responsible for British teeth.
Yes, they
British
owe us
teeth
money.
being rotten.
They owe me money. My ancestors, my great granddad, who plowed the fields and cut the cane. That's what we built. All that wealth you see in central London, that's us.
I think there may have been other sources of wealth.
Other countries we fucking exploited.
Yeah,
but you're the only one.
But
India got a plane.
At one point, Barbados was the most. They made the most money from Barbados at one point. Go on, read the history.
And Scotland, proudly, always just been a drain. Always just been a drain on
I don't know.
British
I think
Empire.
people are like, there's a time and a place. The Queen died. Just respect the fact that she died and she did her bit. I believe in monarchy. I'm against the monarchy, but I still think I wouldn't go when the guy was moving the coffin past. I'll fuck her.
And it's because those people blatantly, the people saying horrific sort of outrageous things about the Queen right after she died, they just wanted attention. They wanted attention. They're just cynically
do that to
doing
everybody,
it.
though. They do that to every single person who dies. When David Bowie died, they brought out his sexual past.
Yeah.
When whoever dies, they bring up whatever. There's always that.
Yeah.
Those people who go, but he was. Even when
they even did it to Jimmy Savile. I know.
There's always those people who'll be like, well, this person did that, and we should not be celebrating their death or
their life
or whatever. So there's always people who will do that. And because she's the biggest figure of all, everyone knows the Queen, one of the most famous people. She will obviously get the idiots or whoever.
Yeah.
Or people saying,
the mad thing is, a lot of them are like, a woman who said her most horrific stuff. She's a professor at Carnegie Mellon University.
Where?
And Carnegie Mellon.
Where's that?
It's in America.
Is it good?
Well, I think so. Yeah, I think it might be like Ivy League or something. But
Jeff Bezos called her out, which is a bad sign.
Yeah, man.
But then he got rinsed.
Yeah.
When Jeff Bezos is taking the moral high ground.
It's like, shut the fuck up, Jeff Bezos. You ain't the one to make your
What did you say about Liz?
So that professor was like, I hope the queen rots in hell. And then Jeff was like, she shouldn't be teaching the youth or something. And then everyone was like, fuck you, man. I got no job because of you, or my company's gone bankrupt. But I mean, listen, I think there's a time and a place. I think if you turned up to a George Floyd fucking process and you held up a sign saying fuck George Floyd, people would beat the fuck out of you as well, right?
Yeah.
So there's a time and a place. You don't do it. And that's not to say people didn't do that, because they did do it, and I understand. And I think so. The whole point is to bring it all back.
Two wrongs don't make a right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the guy's like, oh, what about our free speech? Oh, it matters now because it's something you care about. You should be allowed to write the sign. You should be allowed to go and stand there, but you got to expect the consequences.
Well,
I don't think you should get arrested by the police.
Also, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great example of free speech being beneficial, because these people saying horrible things about the Queen, they revealed themselves. They showed themselves. Sorry, I got gash bomb.
But everybody don't have to love her.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have to agree with the people saying horrible things.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I don't even like the Queen.
Let them say what the fuck they want to say. They don't have to love her. Trevor Sinclair or whatever shouldn't get in trouble.
But what
he should go.
So I've got his tweet was.
He's been arrested before.
Let's analyze it. Let's analyze it.
Racism.
Let's see the tweet.
Yeah, let's see the tweet.
It's been deleted. The now deleted tweet read,
why would you delete your tweet?
Racism was outlawed in England in the 60s and it's been allowed to thrive, so why should black and brown people mourn? #Queen.
Yeah, so what? He's upset that racism was outlawed under the Queen's reign. So he's annoyed at the Queen for outlawing racism.
No, the fact that it's thriving, and I don't know. Look, it's kind of one of those ones that's kind of not really relevant to it. I mean, I get it.
He drink drives.
Why did he delete that? It is nothing to delete, man. Stand on your words, man.
Exactly. People should stand by your
words. I stand by everything I say until I realize it's completely wrong, then I instantly backtrack and stand by something else.
I stand by everything I say as well. Unless somebody complains, then
I like that. Remember that I had that African leader who said that he loved Hitler. That Hitler ain't had nothing to do with Africa, so
Mugabe.
he support Hitler. You remember that guy?
Yeah, it's Mugabe, isn't it?
No, it wasn't Mugabe. It was some African man.
I'm pretty sure Mugabe did as well.
And he said Hitler.
Mugabe had a fucking Hitler moustache. That's how much he liked him.
He said Hitler ain't do nothing to he, so why should the... He said basically, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
In Nambia, a man named Adolf Hitler won a local election.
Was it the same guy?
Don't fuck with this guy.
He's had melanin injections.
A Nambian politician named Adolf Hitler says he has no plans for world domination after sweeping victory in local elections.
What party did he want? What was his manifesto?
The Nambian Socialist Democratic Party. No, I don't have no idea. Adolf, like other German first names, is not uncommon in the country, which was once a German colony.
Well, we're learning. Nambia was a German colony. I didn't know that. I think. Anyway, I was surprised at how sad I was that the Queen passed. I was genuinely sad. I think what we should do. I like the. I was always against the Queen, and then I was chatting to Louis, who is my knowledge on politics and history. One day I'll have to come on the podcast.
He's like your Dominic Cummings.
Yeah, he's my Dominic Cummings. He was like, if you get rid of the Queen, though, you get rid of the monarchy, all that will happen is that you'll get someone like Boris Johnson or at the time David Cameron, and they'll be like they'll be president, they'll be the biggest one. So I think actually, and that made a point. So I think we should keep the Queen. We should just stop funding them.
This is the thing. I mean, it would make sense for the royal family to be privatised, because we're told we're told that the wealth that they generate. So I mean, there's revenue.
Her Royal Highness.
Yeah, there's revenue to be generated there. Yeah. So
EDF presents His Royal Highness Prince Charles. Prices have gone up this week due to the thing. But yeah, and then do that, and then stay on the money and shit, because I like the tradition. I actually like the tradition. The thing what they're trying to get away with in Britain, what I actually like, is I like the tradition of Britain. I think Britons are being made to be ashamed of the country, and it's in general this great country. I like the post box look fucking wicked. You know that from London buses, London taxis, the Queen on the money. I like that tradition of things. I like it. I don't want to have a fucking... You look at the euro, it's a fucking picture of a gyro. Like, what the fuck is that? That's a Greek kebab.
Has it really got a kebab on the euro?
It's got like a triangle and shit. It's got just rubbish like...
But we're going to have Prince Charles on the money now.
Well, that's going to be... Do a joke about Charlie and cocaine.
Oh, like everybody has.
Yeah. It's original. Anyway, I don't know. I think they should privatize the Queen.
The worst thing was the...
I don't think monarchy, like in a time where we promote...
I'm agreeing with you.
What's it called? Equality of opportunity. A monarchy or something should exist.
I guess it does go against those.
Every family should get a chance to be the queen or the king.
So I used to...
It should be in a lottery. And every 4 years, a different family becomes the king or queen. And let it be, a random allocation.
Can't see that being rigged.
It'd be amazing.
No, but I think I
do
agree.
It through the blockchain, a random allocation, and something like that.
I agree. I think if you believe in equality, you can't believe in the monarchy.
In a monarchy, right?
Because it's like she's a God's given.
And if
she's
you're
ordained
born
by
into
God.
that family,
Yeah.
you're just
From the golden
luck.
pussy.
It's not equal opportunity.
But no, you can believe in equality, but also understand that the world is not fair.
No,
You know
no,
what I
I don't think there should be a... That's
which
why I
family
don't...
you're born into is not equal. Not everyone is born into an equal family. As in, like, your dad may have this great job, or your mum may be...
Molly May said we all have the same 24 hours. Shut up, Mooch.
Yeah, shut up, Mooch. Stop fucking nonce-enabling again.
Yeah. We all got the same 24 hours.
No, I agree.
Everything
If you believe everyone's equal, then how can you say, oh, she's ordained by God? Well, who's fucking God? Who's God? I don't believe in your God. You might not believe in my God. So I don't think it's
believe
good.
in Darius is God?
He does, actually.
No, I'm a Christian.
Yeah?
Are you a Christian?
I'm a Satanist. No, I'm a Catholic. Catholic Muslim. Catholic Muslim Jew. Catholic Muslim Jew Hindu.
Maybe I should be Christian.
Catholic Muslim Jew Hindu.
Should I be Christian?
We should do our... We used to go on Facebook atheist groups, and we used to say, I'm an atheist, but I'm a Christian atheist, not a Muslim atheist. Is this possible? Because my friend says that he's a Muslim atheist. Then we just used to go away and start massive wars between the atheists on Facebook.
Yeah, I used to wind up the atheist, like go on there and be like, so I'm an atheist, but I'm a Christian atheist because I still want to have morals and values. And,
But I don't believe in... I don't...
and the atheists would lose them. Oh, yeah! Yeah!
And then you'd be like, I don't believe in God, but I don't believe in the Christian God, not the Muslim God.
Yeah.
And they're both the same God, but you said God doesn't exist.
Atheism was like
Here's the thing why there's a God.
Okay. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Tell us, preach.
Watch it. Anytime, there's several reasons. One, whenever you do psychedelics or any type of ayahuasca, mushrooms, whatever,
maybe
LSD.
we can go like straight in with the sort of... So I took acid once.
but this is the truth. Anytime more people believe in a God after taking those things than
Once
become
they've had
atheists.
drugs that may mess with their brain.
No. They realize there's more to life than just the physical what we see.
But
they realize there's a different
taking the
realm.
drugs. Also, the point still stands.
No. That is not altering. That's natural. That's in there for a reason. That's a gate. Those drugs are a gateway to God, not a gateway to other drugs.
I mean, there is
everyone who takes, not everyone, but most people who take mushrooms or ayahuasca, they come out believing in a higher power more often than they come out being non-believers.
Yeah.
Also, when a plane starts trembling, atheists, more people become believers in God than atheists.
Yeah.
When people get cancer and on their deathbed, lots of them, many of them say that they wish they believed in God, or they do start believing and praying to a God.
Right.
So there's something within us that makes us realize there's a higher power after these life-changing events, or whether it be illness, whether it be psychedelics, whatever. More people start to believe in a higher power after these, these.
But what is the reason for that? Is that fear?
No, I believe it's because
the realization that you're inconsequential to everything.
No. I believe is something that is within us innately, but the intellectualization of things through atheism forces us to think, I can't see that, or I can't believe in something I can't see.
But what about every other living creature on Earth before they die and they don't have a concept of God?
Well, they don't have conscience and the level of intelligence to conceptualize something like that. But
what about maybe something like dolphins or whales or something?
But also, like there's on a sort of philosophical level. So science says, science can explain so much and science can deliver so much, but science...
Except proper vaccines.
Are we allowed to say that yet? Actually, even...
No, you can say that.
We can say that, and even New Zealand has fucking removed all their vaccine mandates and shit. Even they know it doesn't
And companies are stealthily dropping their vaccine mandates and stuff.
Get boosted, baby. Get boosted.
Get boosted.
Get boosted.
But...
boosted by
science,
gas bombs.
Now everyone's against them. I'm pro them.
Science always gives a sort of empirical view of the world, a sort of what do you call it, cause and effect thing. It's almost like a billiard table. So there's cause and effect, like Newtonian physics, but also other types of
wasn't Epstein a Christian?
Models.
No, I mean Einstein.
Other types of. Well, he's probably Jewish, Darius. But
Einstein was a religious. At the end, he believed in God.
Yeah.
And after he took LSD.
Can I finish?
Yeah,
Sorry.
go for it.
Sorry.
All science has this sort of cause and effect. There's a word for it. I can't remember what it is, but it doesn't allow for free will. You can't have objects in that world just deciding what to do and where to go. But we obviously have free will. And if we don't have free will, why do we have a criminal justice system? Why do we even bother getting out of bed in the morning? Well, NICO doesn't always, but why would we, all our understanding of the world is based around having free will.
Theology 101
and
with
science says, and I spoke to the Oxford University, the professor of philosophy of physics, and he said, no, free will is an illusion. It's just something that your brain tricks, but everything's on rails. Everything's just happening, and I just think that's bollocks.
Yeah. Well, so he's saying that it's not free will; it's an instinct that is playing, making you choose to do this thing or that thing or whatever.
Basically, if you know the circumstances of the universe at one state, you can predict what it's going to be at
he could predict we would have done gas bombs.
Yeah, everything's on rails. There's no such thing as free will in the scientific view of the world. So I think.
So if I put my finger in Darius's bum right now, he's saying that.
Second time today.
It was preordained. It was always going to happen. And to be honest, we've been waiting for it to happen.
Preordained, baby. That's why I brought the lube.
I'm assuming you're going to need layers of that.
Yeah, I mean, if Einstein was the greatest scientist known, the 20th century, kind of believed in God, I think there's something out there. What's funny is that apparently what happens is ayahuasca's main component is DMT, and apparently what happens when you die, your brain, or you have an out-of-body experience, your body floods with DMT.
Yeah.
And that is what people could be seeing. And what's interesting is when people do DMT, they've all gone away in this massively short trip, and they all see the same
same shit,
entities and beings that speak to them. And a listener, I don't know if I should name him because he's got an actual job, has given us a kilo of DMT.
B&Q Cricklewood.
B&Q Cricklewood works there, and it's sitting in my mum's fridge, so we should do the DMT.
Why did you just why did you just tell the police that your mum's got a kilogram?
Because I want a house.
You don't get the house by placing drugs in our fridge.
Yeah, I've seen my mum's fucking doing heroin and everything in there. She's fucking having great parties.
This guy is
got a leaky tap as well.
No, Anyway, the point is we're going to do the DMT Patreon.
I have no DMT.
No, I've got DMT. We're going to do the Patreon only DMT episodes. Are you going to do it?
I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Remember when we did DMT? Just our hands went pink.
Yeah, and I was like, I got a bit fat. What
that was the realization.
What magical revelation did you have? I got a bit fat.
But we didn't know how to do it properly then.
That's a big.
Yeah, no, I've blasted off.
Have you done it properly?
Well, yeah, remember in your living room?
No, you said you went to the waiting room or something. What did you?
Did you break through?
To the other side.
I mean, I was
what happened?
Weren't we with Milo?
Oh, that time.
Yeah. Well, we with Milo. Maybe
You've done
the
DMT
time
a
with
lot.
Milo.
We done it a
Oh,
few.
that time.
We done it. So we done it twice. The thing is, because I don't. So basically, we tried to smoke it through a pipe and one time through a bong.
Yeah.
And it's really harsh on your lungs.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible. And also you feel scuzzy as fuck.
Yeah.
You start having this spiritual breakthrough, but also you're smoking a crack pipe.
A literal crack pipe.
So like a man told me that this man went on he said he did ayahuasca or DMT, one of the two, right? And he started believing in God after that experience. And I asked a friend of mine in Barbados, yo, would you take that? He said, nah, man. If that man went from an atheist to believing in God after taking DMT, that shit could turn you gay.
And then he kicked the cat.
So he said, I ain't taking that chance. I was like, hey, that's crazy, man.
I like that that's actually in his mind. 'Cause
Yeah.
clearly he's gay. It's like, you're gay. I did DMT. It's not my fault. And why are you here in this gay spa with me?
His conversion therapy is the other way around, just with a fucking pipe of DMT.
Your man said it might turn him gay. But that was a strong point, though. If it can make you believe in God, that could possibly.
But then if it makes you believe if it makes you believe in God, then surely it won't turn you gay. It will turn you anti-gay. Believe in God.
Yeah.
God's like, what's the solution? No gays. Okay, I got it, guys. Yeah, we'll do the DMT. The listener who gave it.
Kurt Metzger.
Yeah.
He has a great joke about gay people. Fantastic joke. He said,
tell us.
I would only fuck it up.
Yeah,
but
well, go on.
Fuck it up then.
he basically says that God is watching every butthole in the world with like a jeweler's loop, you know, that little thing to make sure you don't put anything in there. And that when you do, he gets offended. Oh no! And loses his mind. But he said every butthole is being washed by God. He's holding like a jeweler's loop.
That's funny,
It's
man.
funny as
That's
hell.
a-
He's a great comedian, you know.
he's great.
I
He's
know
a
him.
fantastic comedian.
I did his podcast.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Kurt
He
Metzger, did you?
Yeah. He's a nice guy.
In terms of like writing and structuring jokes, he's one of the best.
Yeah, he's a really
But
funny guy.
he don't get the recognition he deserves.
He's
man.
more of a writer. He writes for Carl Dunningham for his. They do that sort of
Sketches and stuff.
sketches and stuff now.
Is he the one?
He's got like fantastic jokes, man. Your man said he goes, beauty pageants are funny. And beauty pageants, they ask you intellectual questions.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are they doing that? You know, asking these beautiful women intellectual stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, like when Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
Yeah.
she's the head of the Supreme Court or something.
Sticking her in lingerie.
Or yeah, right. He's like, nah. He's like, when she was being promoted to that position, where is the bikini section of that process? He's like, good, you answer all the last stuff, but let's see those titties. Yeah. Such great jokes, man. That guy, yeah. He
That's
says,
like Radu's got a bit like that about Love Island.
Yeah, that's funny.
People about like what the fuck is it? I can't even remember.
I can remember it. It's about the Special Olympics.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
And he goes, I don't like this. Radu, I don't like the Special Olympics. Like, because it's bad. Like, why are we watching it?
Because they're not good at it.
Yeah, they're not good at it. They're not good because we don't ask people on Love Island to do NASA scientists. Why can't they go to the moon?
Yeah, when Radu does it, it makes sense.
And it's funny.
Yeah.
Similar accent, but
Well, that's why I can't. That's why.
Oh, talking of the sort of Eastern Europe, do you see Azerbaijan has attacked Armenia?
I have not seen that.
Right, well.
And I'm not interested in the war between the two A's.
Right. Well, it's next to Iran.
Is it?
Yeah, it's next to fucking
I think it was in
geographical-
Harry Potter land or some shit. Maybe.
attack it with what though? Them got tanks and shit.
what's
Yeah, they
happening?
got weapons, they got armies.
Armenia.
So
Wait, who's
and
attacked who?
I saw a video today of an Azerbaijani guy who had a skull of an Armenian on his. He was tying it onto his truck.
How do you know it was the skull of an Armenian? Because
it said in the caption.
Skull.
Said in the caption.
That's
Yeah,
fake
but he
news.
could have had that skull from ever since.
Well, wherever he got that skull, it's still a skull. But I should imagine since he'd just
Well-
been killing Armenians, unless
No, but how are you gonna get a skull so quickly? A skull
because he
moves
shot
that-
the person.
You
But
mean
he
the
meant how
head?
you dissolved the skin.
Yeah, how you dissolve
Oh, he
the
didn't.
skin
He
and
didn't
the
dissolve
flesh.
it. He didn't dissolve it.
Yeah, well, where's...
So you mean
the
head
the
then?
head then?
The head.
No,
A skull is the decomposed
it's not
flesh
decomposed.
and all that gone, and just the skeleton bit.
Yeah, but when you go to like Waitrose meat counter, they've got the stuff and it doesn't have the fur in it, does it?
Are you fucking... Stop gaslighting us about what a skull
I'm not
is.
fucking gaslighting you.
skull's a
skull
fucking
is
skull.
You're
the
gaslighting
bone
me.
bit.
What? Was it a skull with no
Was it
skin
bone?
and shit
It's
on?
like burnt or whatever.
Well,
So
that's
that's
a
a head.
burnt head.
That's a burnt head.
No, but the stuff had burnt off.
He had a burnt head to the skull.
You had a skull.
Burnt.
Nah,
was there
burnt.
skin and shit on it?
It burnt off
Could you
in
see
the
it?
war.
That's still
But it
a
was-
head. A
wait,
skull.
It was it burnt off and it was and there was nothing on the head. It was just a burnt skull.
Yeah, it's burnt skull.
Yeah, it's a burnt skull. So
a
when he
burnt
said
skull.
was it decomposed, you said no, they burnt the flesh off in the fucking thing.
Yeah, so it's not decomposed.
Yeah, well say it was burnt off. Stop confusing Nico.
Yeah. A skull is like skeleton decomposed in a coffin.
Actually, that's
Like,
actually what happened to Skeletor. He got his face burnt off. That's actually true.
Is that true?
It's true. He got his
How do you
face
know
burnt
it's
off, and
true?
then He-Man started mocking him. He became a baddie. That's his origin.
that true?
That's his origin story.
Well,
Big
why
up
was
man
he
is
with Skeletor?
Skeletor.
So He-Man's a bad guy because he's
He-Man's a
mocking him.
cunt. He's a cunt, and he's. But why are you He-Man? Why you got your pronouns in your name so early, man?
I've got the video. If we,
That Skeletor too.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that is it. That's a dog skull.
It's not a
that's
fucking
qu-
dog.
That's quite small for
That's
him.
it.
Yeah, because it's got the fucking hair off it.
That's quite
Also, it's further away than his head.
I think it's technically half a skull.
It doesn't have a jawbone on
Well,
it.
wait a minute. How comes this is allowed on YouTube and we can't fucking put...
Oh, this will get taken down.
How many views has it got?
I've got a skull at home.
This is from the
Why have you
7th of
got-
August.
Put a
Why have you
copyright
got
claim
a-
in, Mooch.
Why have you got a skull?
I've got a skull because I was learning to draw the human anatomy. And
So you got a real skull?
no.
Well, what is it? then?
Remember when I
It's
had
a
that
skull.
sheep's head at my house?
So the
fake skull.
the book said it's a plaster of a skull.
Right.
So it said to learn to draw the face properly, learn the structure, the bone structure of the skull.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
remember
bought
when Nico was doing art?
Yeah.
That was
That's the
funny.
thing
I
still
gotta
is.
start back.
Oh, is it? There you go.
Now I don't got time. My living room isn't free at the moment.
Why?
It's just not free. I got stuff in there.
Kids.
In Iran, they eat kalapachi, which is just boiled goat's head or boiled lamb's head. So every now and then you go into my dad's house, there'd just be like a goat's head in the... I showed it to you, right? Remember
Yeah.
the goat's fucking... Like a goat's fucking skin off
Not in the freezer because there's a
eyeballs.
fucking kilo of fucking DMT. in
Horror movie.
No, that's where you
In Jamaica, they drink something called Manish water.
Oh yeah, like a lot of stuff in Jamaica is about giving you a boner, and
And
I think Manish water is.
And it's got all sorts of goat parts in there.
Yeah,
Goat eyeball and goat ball and shit.
and there's all kinds of stuff for giving you the big bamboo,
What's
which-
that?
giving you a boner. Like everything is for giving you a boner. If you go in the shop, all the juices are like they're all the big selling
Stamina.
point. The big selling point is you get a big boner and you keep your
Everything
boner
but
for ages.
gives you stamina and big hard erection.
I'm taking Tonkat Ali to increase my testosterone. It's a supplement that
I went
I
to
heard.
school with him.
Yeah, so did I. Anyway, I'm taking Tonkat Ali, a Nigerian root supplement.
Is it working?
I've only done 3 days.
You
so
saw
far.
that Huberman interview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying it out.
Got what?
I saw it on.
This guy,
I read it on Joe Rogan.
Andrew Huberman. He's a neuroscientist and he gives all these tips about performance, creativity, sleep. He breaks down. He's a neuroscientist basically, and one of the things he recommended for testosterone was this thing that he's mentioning.
Tonkat Ali.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I've
What
tried
does it taste like?
No, it's just a tablet.
it's just a
Oh.
tab.
I've only done 3 days, but I'll let you know.
But
again.
thing
How
as
much
well,
is it?
I took look at my bicep
Not so cheap.
and I took ashwagandha.
I took that.
For testosterone.
Yeah,
Did you-
apparently
did you-
ashwagandha.
Did you notice
gives
a difference?
Yeah. That's quite massive.
Maybe Nico's
work out
arms
as
got
well.
big. Maybe Nico's arms got big.
Yeah, for ashwagandha.
Do you work out?
How
as
long have
well?
you been taking ashwagandha for?
Since you told me about it, you're the one who told me about it.
I told you about it.
Yeah.
And what have you noticed? Any more drive, focus? What have you done? What have you noticed? Oh, it's our testosterone cream arrived, Mooch. A fan of ours sent us testosterone cream in the post.
I haven't received it. I'll ask in the office.
Yeah,
Darius,
well,
why
ask
don't you just say that your daughter's trans and get us some testosterone from the NHS?
I-
From the Tavistock Clinic.
Some guy on
They're shut
4chan.
down.
Some guy on 4chan's invaded Discords for the trans community, right? So I'm a trans girl, and I'm not allowed to transition. And then he befriended like these trans adults, so they think this is a trans dude who can't transition into other way, whatever way. Anyway, he got them to send him loads of steroids. So now he's just got like a lifetime supplies worth of steroids. He's taken to get ripped.
We should have done that.
So he's like posted pictures.
But your balls get small when taking that stuff.
What test?
Testosterone.
So you can
take
So basically, the way steroids work is when you take testosterone, your body stops making your own testosterone.
Yeah, your testes start to shrink.
Well, not really. So when you come off, so you're meant to do testosterone in a cycle, right? So you do it for 6 to like 8 weeks. That's the maximum amount you do, right? You taper up. So you start like 1 week, you do like 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams, depending on what you're taking, right? Usually it's an injection a week, but you increase the dose. Then you taper down by the end of it, right? So you taper up like a roller coaster. And as you taper down, when you come off, then you take this thing called Novadex, which blocks estrogen, and you take Clomid or something, and that starts your balls up, and then it comes back to normal. But your balls don't really shrink. Really?
Nah, they do, because I was listening.
Have you done testosterone?
No, I was listening to
But I've been studying a lot of balls.
No, but I was listening to this interview with Jose Canseco, and he was one of the guys who got busted in...
He was a baseball.
Yeah. So at one point in time, they used to actually... The authorities knew that everyone was taking steroids, but it was good for the game and ratings. So that time with Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Jose, all of them was on steroids, but the league let it slide because there was this big home run race between Barry Bonds and Mark McGuire, and it was good for ratings and whatnot.
Yeah, it makes sport amazing.
Yeah, amazing, right?
It's like women's sport when you get like trans men.
Trans women.
Yeah.
Real women.
Yeah. So then what happened was eventually they got busted and they got shut down and stuff like that. But Jose Canseco was one of the guys. He said, man, everyone was juicing. I was juicing, and now I have to be on testosterone for the rest of my life because my balls can't produce any natural.
So he wasn't doing the cycling.
Yeah, but he was on it 24/7, right? He fucked up the whole reason why you cycle is so you don't ruin your own endocrine system.
But no, they had doctors doing it, so I reckon he would have had.
I know, but when you're pushing for like, just
sporting
to be the best,
peaks, and also
kind of maybe just throw, your personal.
Doctors in the 1980s, sports doctors in the 1980s weren't giving a shit about what you're going to be like when you're 67.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The amount of cortisol injections that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and people's joints are fucked.
Yeah, so many footballers
what does
arthritis.
Cortisol do?
It's just a painkiller, and essentially you don't feel the
cortisol
pain.
is a stress hormone produced naturally, but yeah, you can get injections or whatever.
So it's an anti-inflammatory steroid, but if you got like arthritis or something, you get all the redness, the swelling around the joint, and you can't, like, it's painful and you can't move it and stuff. But the inflammation is there to stop you moving it, because it's a bad idea to move it because you got arthritis there. But instead, like, footballers would get like cortisol injections if they got damaged cartilage, and like it would make the inflammation go down and make the pain go away, and then they could do the sport. But means they're running on the damaged joint, on the damaged cartilage,
like driving just putting a sticker over the petrol light.
Yeah, or having no tires on the rims.
So what would happen then if can't they just do cortisol for the rest of their life? Just keep on injecting.
That is solution. More.
There's this wrestler called Terry Funk, right? He's like this. He's old. He must be like.
I would pull it up, but the WWE.
It's not on the WWE. It's on a documentary called Beyond the Mat. Terry Funk.
Oh, that's a great documentary.
He goes to the doctor, and at this point, he's like in his 60s. He's still wrestling. He's like at 75. He's still wrestling now. He's fucked, right? And the doctor goes, "Listen, we've done your X-rays, and Matt, we don't even know how you're walking. This is the worst knee I've ever seen. This is this is amazing." And then he goes, "Okay, but what about my good knee?" He goes, "That is your good knee, right? That is see if you could." So this is Terry Funk. That is him in his prime. Bring up Terry Funk Beyond the Mat. You need to. This guy's crazy. He's in the death matches with Mick Foley, and they just fucking C4 explosives, fucking barbed wire. Even if you don't like wrestling, you've got to see that match. But Terry Funk is so funny. Beyond the Mat is a great documentary.
That's a documentary, man. It's mad. You know Jake the Snake. So these people that when we were kids with my brother had the like little models, the little guys, plastic guys, dolls, and like
he put them in his anus.
Jake the
toys
Thank God was watching.
with his little like monocle.
Gotta be like, actually, this is pretty inventive. Putting a fucking wrestler in there. But Jake the Snake, man, so he was like big. He had his own doll and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's huge.
But then, like, beyond the mat, you see afterwards, basically, you know that film The Wrestler, it's basically based on Jake the Snake. And you see him wrestling, doing, like, wrestling shows in, like, shopping malls with barbed wire and stuff.
Open
For,
mic wrestling.
for $120 and
What,
stuff.
after the fame?
And then spending it
Yeah.
on crack, after the fame.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake, you not know Jake the Snake's story?
What, after all the
In the
thing he
80s
was wrestling for crack?
Yeah.
He was in crack.
Massive crackhead.
It's a really good documentary. Like, even if
Where
you don't,
can I see it?
It's online. It's on YouTube. You can watch it in parts. If you haven't, even if you don't like wrestling, it's more like a story about everything. Another good wrestling documentary is Wrestling with Shadows. Bret Hart, when he got screwed by Vince McMahon.
Didn't he die?
No, his brother died.
Oh, right.
Owen Hart. Right?
Listen, Jake the Snake gave one of the best promos of all time.
That's right, Nico. He's a very good promo man.
The Tuesday night in Texas. Fantastic. Can you find that?
It will get pulled immediately. Yeah.
What if I watch it on my phone?
Tuesday
phone
night
will
in
get
Texas, Jake the Snake. Phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
What was
Phenomenal.
the gist of the podcast of the promo?
He said
Maybe we can listen to it.
Yeah, possibly. It's phenomenal.
Or shall I just make it really, really small?
You know, if you go to Egypt, like I went to Egypt and they're all in the cafe watching wrestling, but like watching it like it was real.
It is real. Still
Yeah,
real to me, damn it.
We thought it was real back home for a while. And a man even, like, when The Rock came was when we lost our shit. When The Rock came, a man painted The Rock on the side of his house.
Is it still there?
Barbados,
Come on, man. I'm Googling the Rock House, Bahama. Barbados, the Rock.
they were in love with The Rock. The Rock took it to another level, though.
Maybe if I just play it down here like this.
Yeah, let's.
Man, some wrestling stories are so... If you listen, it's worth... Don't play it because it will get pulled. You should watch... There's a wicked new series of episodes they made for... I can't remember what it's called. Like Vice or something. Wrestling documentaries are amazing. Like the stories.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Snuka killed someone. Got away with it.
Who?
Kurt Angle's story is crazy.
Jimmy Savile killed someone as well.
Did he?
Yeah. Quite a lot of people. Don King, the wrestling promoter, killed someone.
He's a boxing promoter.
Boxing
Oh,
promoter.
yeah, he got killed.
Kurt Angle
What's his
killed
story?
his
Caitlyn
family.
Jenner.
Kurt Angle never killed... No, that's Chris
He killed someone
Benoit.
with a car.
Oh, you talking about Chris
Chris
Benoit?
Benoit killed his family.
Wow, way to besmirch Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle did
Benoit.
not kill anyone or his family.
The rabid Wolverine.
Yes.
That's it.
Not
The rabid
Kurt Angle.
Wolverine. Yeah, Chris Benoit. That's crazy.
I remember when that happened, and
And then the next day they had him in the Hall of Fame.
no, it was mad, right? Because the story was, right, he was due to go on a pay-per-view, right? He was due... Now, that is a man who was on testosterone replacement. And he didn't turn up, and he'd been sending loads of, like, kind of cryptic-esque messages. Then they started to hear news, and it was Raw, the wrestling show was live, so they're watching it live, and they started to hear news, we think Chris Benoit's dead, right? And if you watch it, all these all these wrestlers are, like, really upset. They're like... I'm so sad he died. He was amazing. He was a great... And he's one of the best ever wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
About halfway through, the news started The news started to filter through. Good. That's quite funny. And
What did Mooch say?
he said, terrible dad, because he killed his son with his own finishing move.
Did he?
Yeah, he put the crippler crossface on him, and he hung himself. But you know how he hung himself? It's a really weird case. He hung himself by tying, a pull-down machine.
Yeah.
He put the whole weight on the pull-down machine, put it on his neck, pulled it forward, let go, and done that. So the weight's
One
pulled
last
up,
rep.
And that's how he killed himself. But
I would have survived that.
You would with those ashwagandha
get the
muscles,
whole-
baby. Look at that.
Look at those anacondas.
Look at that.
Did he really put the crippler crossface on his son?
He killed his son so he gave his kid like Xanax, and then he put a crippler crossface on him. And
Did he really? How did they know that?
Because they said he'd been strangled. We think he did his own move. That's genuine
So
thing.
it's speculation.
No, how? No one was in the room, but they said it.
So it's speculation.
Two people.
Speculation.
Well, how the fuck- well, how
speculation.
How the fuck are they gonna know?
Yeah, he got Jake the Snake, and he fucking put it on his.
The
No one in the
authorities
room
said.
means speculation,
The authorities
mate.
said.
That's what speculation
Well, they
means.
can tell by the ligature marks. He had ligature marks on his
They can
neck.
tell the actual
because he had it on his
wrestling
face.
move.
Yeah, because they can tell because they're like that on his face. He's a kid, right? So it goes
right.
like that, so they can tell. Like you're not gonna have that unless he did it like that, but he did it like they said. But anyway,
Right.
But the point is, it came through. The news come through. So an hour through that Raw episode, William Regal is a famous British wrestler. They're trying to interview everyone live, and you can see he kind of must have known about him. And you can see, he goes, listen, he's a good wrestler, but until I hear any more news than that, I'm not saying anything.
Right.
And
said that?
William Regal, famous, bring up William
Was he
Regal.
the British guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benoit episode, he was like, until I hear any more news, I'm not going to say any more than that. He was the only one who kind of sensed there was something off.
Right.
And then all the rest were like, he was such a... And then the next night, it's like, yeah, he killed his wife and kid. And like,
But didn't they do like an homage to him on
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw or whatever it was?
Yeah.
And they did like some video thing.
That was
like,
it. This was the one that... but it's live,
Listen,
right?
you
on
have
the
to
day.
separate the art from the artist. that is the main thing here. That's why you have to do it, okay? You can't erase all of
You know how many wrestling fans actually say that? 'Cause he's so good. Like they all say that. So, yeah, but why are you not acknowledging? The worst thing is for WWE, they just don't acknowledge it at all. Pretend it don't exist. But it goes from like WrestleMania like 18, 19, 20, and then there's like just a gap. Because he was the main event champion for.
He was sick in that video game. There was a video game on N64 wrestling, one of the best wrestling
No
games
mercy.
ever. And we used to play that for like 8 hours straight, mate.
That was a great
and The Rock had the people's elbow. Benoit had the cross the face crippler. Oh man, that's such a
killer move.
fantastic game. Yeah.
I wonder who the ultimate. You got to separate the art from the artist is.
Savile.
I reckon no Hitler.
Hitler.
Hitler was a painter.
Yeah, but his
But
paintings
his art
weren't
was
good.
terrible.
No, his paintings were all right. I think if he hadn't committed genocide, people would be like, no, he's
They'd be,
actually...
they'd be more favourable on
Yeah,
his
yeah.
watercolours.
Who is the real MVP for art from the artist then? Who are we going to go
Oh
with?
shit! You know what?
What?
It's not that bad.
Yeah, see?
Come on, yeah, but that's not enough to deny the Holocaust. That ain't fucking Billie Jean.
We need to get one for the studio.
Oh my god! Just having Hitler's art in the background.
That's
oh.
actually pretty decent, though.
That's what
For real.
I'm saying.
Can we not fucking commend Adolf Hitler's art or not?
Nah, but let's be realistic here. Look at that. That's not an amateur.
Let me see the art.
Let's
To
pull
be
out the
fair,
art.
I've never seen Hitler's artwork, but that's shit.
Nah,
How do you
dude.
say that shit? That's like much
That's in
better.
perspective and shit.
Yeah,
how
it's like, you
how
see
has
what
he
it
got
Yeah, but he
time?
went to art college. He
Yeah,
went
but
to art
how
college.
has
Yeah,
he
you
got
tell.
time to do that and still
He did
marshal
that-
the troops?
No, he did that before.
I
He was-
know, but still, you know, they say to be good at something, you got 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
How do we know he didn't do that whilst he was running for election in Nambia? We just don't know these things.
Yeah, different Hitler.
Yeah.
Who is the greatest artist that you got to separate other than Adolf Hitler then?
Who else is back?
It's well,
Charles Bukowski.
people say Jackson, but I don't
Cosby,
think Jackson.
Cosby was a fucking amazing.
I don't
comic.
think Jackson did those things.
So I did.
it's
But he
down
did.
to
I'm not even bringing him into this
Yeah,
He
argument.
did.
So I think-
Michael Jackson definitely
He
didn't.
Stop being a
convicted.
Leo. Shut up.
Shut
He's
up.
never
Guilty.
been convicted.
Yeah.
of
We were talking
Neither was
before
Savile.
the podcast. We were talking. Everybody agreed that Michael Jackson's a paedophile.
No one did. So I guess it's R. Kelly and Gary Glitter.
Gary Glitter, Savile,
Wanna
John,
be in
what
my
about
game, man.
John Peel.
John P.
But well, why was he famous? He was just a DJ.
Yeah,
like-
but no, he's a great DJ.
Yeah,
he was a
and-
really amazing.
You're the one who does the joke. Oh, let me choose the record.
What?
It's your own joke.
Oh yeah.
I've got no respect
bet
for
how
John
deep-
Peel.
I don't know
DJ's
who
just
John
like
P.
yeah,
is.
but
Can't be
Exactly.
John P.
Yeah, he's
He's
shit.
he's a Radio 1 DJ back in the day when if you were a Radio 1 DJ, that's all you had to do. Do you know what I mean? You just,
Yeah.
It wasn't like you were like mixing tunes. It was just selecting.
Yeah.
And just being
he-
able to put this music forward.
but he was a really good. Like I listened to his show all the time, and he had a great voice.
Whoa.
And what did he? What did he do?
He had a great voice.
He was a pedo.
Apparently so. Yeah, apparently.
What do you mean? Apparently, wasn't he
Yeah,
convicted?
definitely.
He also admitted
convicted,
it
I
in,
tell you-
in interviews.
You know who? You know
He
who? For
admitted
me, for me, we've got to separate the art from the artist. The greatest one, the fucking ITV weatherman from This Morning. He used to jump off over the maps.
Oh, what?
Was he
What
a
did he
nonce?
do?
He got caught. He's fucking been in prison for 5 years as a nonce. You know that guy? The guy.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That was the
Jumping over the map, yeah.
That was the greatest way you told the weather
Liverpool.
of ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, no one's told the weather better than that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. See, even all this time late, we got to give him a break. What's his name?
Fred some?
Yeah, Fred Dimbridge or something.
Fred
There-
Talbot.
Is he black?
No.
He's racist as well.
Yeah, why is he wearing blackface? Yeah, he look like a fucking minstrel.
Does he look black there?
Yeah, he looks
That's a black man holding a sign, bro.
Looks
That's
like
not
Dan
black.
Abbott.
Okay. I thought it was black.
But bring him up. Bring up the image search of Fred Dimbridge or whatever his name is.
It's not Fred Dibnage.
What's his name then?
Fred Talbot.
Fred
Listen,
Talbot.
the greatest.
Are there any black weathermen?
But
that's
look-
that's
but
the
look at-
final
look at-
There's
frontier.
one there.
But wait a minute. Look at his sweaters. And then,
That's the final frontier for
you
us.
know that one mugged you off
Are
is
there
the
any?
weatherman.
Who?
That guy who mugged you off from GB News or something.
Oh, the fucking, what's his name?
Good morning, Brit. Listen,
What-
I like
what's
the
his
way
name?
that
Alex
this is a
some-
shock to us, and
Alex
he's wearing
Bears.
those sweaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Actually, you've
he's
got some
mixed
fruity
race.
shirts, Leo.
Yeah. No, that Alex Beresford, is he the weatherman?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's mixed race, but he mugged me off on Good Morning Britain
And he's a weatherman and black.
Yeah.
mixed race.
Mixed race. Okay.
Yeah.
Hubba.
You're not mixed race, so are you, Nico? But you're kind of mixed race colouring.
No, you're saying
Light
you're
skin.
a Redman.
Yeah.
What's a Redman? Explain to us.
No, in Barbados, this complexion is called red.
Yeah, you
So
are.
you're a
Why?
red man. My grandmother, for the longest time, I thought was white. But my mom told me she's not white. But she looked like a white woman. So there is like, there's a lot of
Mixing.
mixed kind of people with my skin color
But
in
in the-
Barbados. But my grandmother had hair down to her back and it was straight.
Right.
But apparently her dad was kind of black. So she wasn't like completely white. But she to me, she looked like a white woman. So then that's why I'm a bit lighter.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of people in Barbados have, like, they would have been into mixing.
What other categories are there in Barbados? So you
There's
got a
Indian.
red man.
There's
What else have you
basically
got?
Asian.
No, we just call it like, there's colorism.
Yeah. So what are the colours? That's what I want to know.
So there's black.
Yeah.
There's like,
Is that Wesley Snipes?
yeah. So there's like what you call black or
Yeah, because some African people are like totally.
All right.
man,
Just be careful what
black
you say now.
No, they're like, you know what I mean?
Dun, 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 dun.
This is where I get out of steam.
all right. I'm gonna get
Let's just do an edit
GB
point
News.
Leo KEARSE and his views on different shades of black people.
Oh shit.
So you got,
Man, there's like we had like Redman. They would call someone like me red. Lighter than me, there's called like yellow. There's yellow or yellow man. We had a guy at school who was lighter than yellow, and we used to call him gray balls or gray man. So there's different shades. It's like when you hold on the emoji, there's all them. That's
And you
that's
got a
how it
yellow
was.
one.
I was red, and then other darker than me would be like brown or caramel or something. So, but there's supposedly, there is like colorism. So people of darker skin would complain that the light skinned people get all the jobs.
Right.
I heard they get all the girls.
Well, there was a time when light skin,
Was it in?
it was in. So like all the Jamaican people used to sing about brown skin or light skin girls. So like Buju had a song, me love me care, me love me bite, me love me money and ting. But most of
That's
all,
Leo's
me love
favorite.
me browning, and a browning was like a light skinned girl.
Right.
And then the people say eventually like that's colorism, and that you should be promoting dark skinned women because they have the hardest of the time, and
And then did they start
discrimination.
doing that? Like,
No,
me love me really, really, really dark.
This
Today, Leo's like, I really want to get.
But no, then yes, there was more. Eventually, there became more appreciation for darker skinned women.
Right, yeah.
But still, if you watch music videos, if you used to always complain that there weren't enough black women in music videos, and then when there were black women, they were always like very, very light skinned. and you wouldn't have the darker ones. But as things went on, eventually you get more darker skinned women in the music videos, which is good. But what was it? Even like stars get accused of lightening their skin. You see like Beyonce or Rihanna when they first came out, and then when you see them in the Vogue or whatever, they're lightened or whatever.
And like Ariana Grande's done it the other way around. Like you see pictures of her from when she was a teenager, and she's basically, man, she looks white. And then you see her now, and it's like, you know, she looks.
And her name isn't even, or some shit isn't really Grande. She's not really Latina or some shit.
She's not even that big.
Is it like Shelley Smith or something?
She's a regular white girl.
Right.
Oh, really?
Adopted. And Calvin Harris isn't his real name. He adopted Calvin Harris to have more authenticity so people think that's a black name
because he's Scottish, isn't he?
I'll tell you who sounds black. Ezra, whatever, that singer, that
Desiree.
No, there's a guy. He sounds so black.
Tim Westwood?
Not Tim Westwood. No, when he sings.
Is it Darius?
What's that Ezra like?
People who sound black. Is it Darius Davies?
No. He actually when he sings, he sounds so black. I forgot. That Ezra. Who is it, Mooch? I'm thinking of Ezra. So George Esme or something.
Oh, George Ezra.
We have to watch this video.
George
which
Ezra.
is just. I don't know if you've seen this.
Tom Cruise.
Will we get cancelled for this? I mean,
Germany
copyright.
as a light-skinned blonde girl making headlines around the world
is this
when she had injections to change the colour of her skin.
But this is going to get a copyright strike, Mooch.
Nah, this is funny.
It's too funny not to.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny.
We can put it in the Patreon one if
in order
we
to
have
become a black woman. And this morning has followed every step of her controversial story.
When I was younger?
So, just to explain in case anybody thinks we're just like laughing at black lass for no reason.
She's also got the biggest hits in the world.
She's like Lola Ferrari.
This is a white German model who had.
He uses that word loosely. Model.
Yeah, she's glamour model, and she reckons she's transracial.
How's her?
Let me hear her explanation.
Is she sunbed or what?
My next step is going to pump up my lips also. My eye color has changed.
Jesus.
My eyebrow color has changed. And I can feel in myself that I'm changing to a black woman. I like the curves of black women, and I want to get them step by step.
Well,
she looks like she's from Little Britain.
Oh my! That's exactly what she looks like.
Look at the fella. This Barry from
shit.
EastEnders.
It's Leo and his date when they turned up to that Halloween costume.
What the fuck?
A day early.
This is insane.
Oh my god!
Is he a black man?
Both of you. Thank you for joining us here today.
He's a fat man.
You look at the difference there. I mean, we have been following your
He looks
story,
fun.
and you were never comfortable with your natural appearance, the one you were born with.
I was. I liked my natural blonde.
She needs to work on the voice. I mean, that's the most German, the white German voice I've ever heard.
Hitler would be turning in his fucking grave.
But not the one in Namibia. He would bang on it.
It's like tuning if boys get a new car.
Wow. So it's an improvement.
They start tuning, and then they say, "Oh,
She
it's
looked
nice
like a
inside.
Simpsons
That's
character
fine,
on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does got no chin.
Both of them.
Matching piece, and then it's going to be more and more. And if you see the car,
Okay,
they
She looks like a black man.
But pause it. So but the actual question is, and this is what people are saying, but they're not saying is, well, why can't she identify as transracial black woman? Why not?
Because it's not a thing.
Well, why can you say I can identify as a woman? I could literally just say, and everyone has to agree with it. Why can't she say she's a black woman? Why can't you say I identify as a 9-year-old and I'm going to go nonce on people? This is where it goes. So that's why they're putting this on TV.
But for
so you
some
discuss
reason,
it.
No,
for
they're
some
putting this
reason
on
it's
TV
different.
because this is hilarious.
But the question is hilarious. But why? But it goes forward. Why
What
can't?
Darius is saying-
I do agree. I know
There's
what
a
you're saying.
point to what Darius is saying, and I agree with him.
Like, well, how's that any different to if Leo just said his name's Leona and now he's a woman? And if you actually meant it, we'd have to take it seriously. How's that
not even if I meant it. Yeah, I could still be lying and nobody would be able to tell.
Actually, and that's what happens. Every time I lie and say I'm non-binary, no one takes it serious.
That's the thing, man. I get the things through for like, oh, we need a comedian for this gig, but they have to be female or female identifying or non-binary. And I'm like, yeah, fine, I identify as a woman, and I never get the gig. Even though I'm funnier and whatever fucking...
Because you're an ugly woman, that's why. Trans misogynist.
And with me, you get the benefit of somebody who can actually do comedy and identifies as a woman.
Which in many ways is better.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, that one.
Shall we do the Patreon?
Yeah, we should do the Patreon.
Oh, wait, I want to say... All right, we'll discuss it on the Patreon.
All right, we'll discuss it in the Patreon.
Yeah, I got a bumhole. So what? Like and subscribe.
Thank you for listening.
That's hot.
Share it with your friends.
Oh, yeah, share it with your friends.
Yeah, and your enemies.
And your enemies.
Especially your enemies.